Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Reverend Vivian. And Reverend Vivian has this question from last night's Chancellor's Chat. And Reverend Vivian's question is, if we come into this world to learn the lessons of the soul, what happens if we complete all of the lessons that we had intended to complete in this lifetime? Is the rest of that lifetime just free time that we can manifest anything we wish to manifest? And my answer to this, in typically Correllian fashion, is both yes and no. I believe that we incarnate into this world in order to pursue the lessons of spirit, the lessons that our soul needs to grow and advance, which are chosen but are also compelled by our attachments. And it is possible to complete all of the lessons that you intended to complete in a given life. And then, as Reverend Vivian asks, what happens? Well, for some people, they die. If there's nothing further to learn, and they don't choose to learn anything else, then that life will end. And I believe that some souls incarnate with very few but specific lessons that they wish to work on, which can lead to very short lives. However, the other option is that if we have completed those lessons that we came here to learn in this particular life, we can also choose to learn new things, in which case, in a manner of speaking, the rest of that life is open to our new choices. And I think that this is why sometimes lives will take a complete right turn from where they began, and people will sometimes have a total change in what is going on in their lives at certain places because they've completed one set of lessons and they're on to another one. And we choose these lessons in a higher part of our being. They're not necessarily chosen consciously, although sometimes they are more conscious than others. But I do believe that if we've completed the lessons we came for, it doesn't necessarily mean that the life ends, though it may, but it does mean that we would be on to still more lessons of a different sort. And what those lessons would be would depend entirely upon your own soul, its own purposes, and what is available in this life for the soul to pursue. So my answer to the question, what happens when we've learned the lessons we came to learn, is either we move on to new lessons or we end the life. And another way to say this is we grow or we die. But there's no point in being here if we're not continuing to grow. Now, sometimes those lessons don't necessarily involve things that we are learning in the sense of things we're being taught. Sometimes the lesson is for us to be the teacher. Sometimes that is very overt, and sometimes it's a byproduct of how we live. And it's not always the things that we've come to get for ourselves. Sometimes it's things we've come to give to others, although I believe this is always reciprocal in character, even if one side seems to be getting more than the other. But this would be my basic answer to the question. I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you for Pagans Tonight Radio. Pagans Tonight Radio is an online radio network with different hosts and different shows 7 nights a week. There's something for every taste, including Spanish language programming on Saturday evening. Check out paganstonight.com today.